Today I'm just gonna be talking to you guys about a little something that I'm thinking that I kind of discovered. Not sure a little bit, but I'm gonna share that probably on my next video or maybe on this video. I'm not sure. But I was in the hospital for 2 days, and I was in there because I was bleeding. I have been bleeding for a month, and some of the things that I was doing, which I didn't, well, I take that back. So it still works. It's just that, like I said, you have to get the ingredients fresh. I got the ingredients bagged because they didn't have any in my area. They didn't have any collard greens in my area. The collard greens were in the bag, so they wasn't fresh. They were, so, and the person that used to sell the greens and whatnot, he haven't been planting and stuff. So yeah, with that, so, and with the ice, I noticed, still with the ice, I noticed that when I eat the ice, it lets me know that I'm anemic and hydrated. So I noticed, they told me that in the hospital that it doesn't come from the ice, it comes from an overactive uterus and fibroids, which I knew I had fibroids, but I still, the fibroids make you crave the ice. So that's why I said what I said about stop eating ice, because they make you, the fibroids make you crave ice, which they said that's just the indicator that you're anemic. Okay, that's cool. But still, to me, when I ate it, I bled more. When I wasn't eating it, it looked like it was about to come off. And then they was like, oh, it's cool to eat ice. But when I started eating ice again in the hospital, I started bleeding again. So I was like, it's something, I don't know exactly what it is with the ice. I know the older people, older than me, say that it comes from, it will make you thin the blood, which will make you anemic. So, but some of the things that I'm doing, I'm coming up with things that other things that I can use along with the drink, because being a female, you have to drink that drink every day to almost like murder those fibroids. Because he said my fibroids are quarter size, which when my daughter was, when I first discovered them, they were like this because they were over her, and I was like 6 or 7 months, and they were like that. So they shrunk, but he said I have like 3 that he can see, and that they saw an ultrasound, and they're like quarter size, which could be indicating that I can still have some more. Because if you have frequently going to the bathroom to pee, that's the indicator there, like close to the bladder and whatnot. I don't have that much. I've been drinking more green tea. They don't like green tea for some reason. With my research in my Hysterectomy book said that green tea, I incorporate green tea, ginger, chase true berry, and I can't find my reishi. Reishi is one of the #1 ones that they said that can help with the fibroids. So I'm just trying to come up with a tea as well as steaming. So I will be doing that as well, to see how that goes, because I noticed with me doing and also like if I don't have the beets fresh, I have the beet powder. So I would drink some beet. I would do like 2 tablespoons. That's all how strong you want your beet juice to be. I do like 2 teaspoons or 2 tablespoons. That's, like I said, it's all carb medium. And I would do like 2 caps of apple cider vinegar with maybe 2 squeezes of lemon juice to cut down on the bitterness from the beet juice. So I noticed that was helping, you know, because of the juice that I usually drink. And because it looked like I just can't find fresh the beets. I still can find the lemons, the ginger, the turmeric, and the spinach, but the collard greens and the beets, no. And I'm just trying to show you guys everything that I'm doing to try to get my uterus to shrink back down. Okay, so, and that's another thing. I don't want to share this because I'm not sure if this is what it is, so I'm not gonna mention it. I probably come back on here Monday, because Monday it looks like either tonight or tomorrow I should be done with my cycle, the bleeding, because when I'm going to the bathroom, I'm not spitting out clots, it's light, I'm not cramping, and also that pressure that I was feeling down there, I'm not feeling that. Only thing that I'm having a problem with is that I need my blood to build. So I've been looking up herbs for that, to build my blood, foods to build my blood back up. And I know beets, but I don't like beets, but I have to drink it. That's why I said to drink. If you need it, do your beets. The best way you can get it down to help build your blood up. I'm incorporating liquid iron as well as pill form iron, as well as my other kale iron. So I'm trying to not poison, do what your doctor says for you. This is just what I've been doing to help me get my uterus to shrink back. But there's one more other thing that I've been incorporating, and also my red raspberry. I had stopped taking my red raspberry, and I noticed red raspberry is helping it too. So make sure you take your red raspberry, your red clover, if you can get that. Those are 2 things that will help keep the uterus shrunk and toned. And also having protective sex will help you as well, especially if you're not married, because these just are my thoughts, and from what the things that I've been taking here lately, if I might end up sharing it anyway, but just do things to protect yourself, because you don't want to lose your uterus. And I thank God that He's allowed me to one more time to keep my uterus, and that is shrinking back down, because like I said, I don't feel that bloatiness that I was feeling down below. I don't feel that pressure from the things that I've been doing. Like I said, I'm gathering a bunch of herbs on my site. I'll be selling the herbs that I'll be doing for myself to help, but I didn't want to bring it yet until I know what it does for me. And that way my testimony will be true. It'll be able to help someone else, because man, some of the things in this group with the fibroid group that I'm in, that a lady that I think one of my one of my subscribers told me about it on Facebook, and I went to read some of the testimony, and it's it's sad, because a lot of people they went and got it. Some of their doctors didn't give them any other options, or because when I was in there for those 2 days, all they were on my shoulder, just one doctor. But when the day, okay, the first day when I went to the hospital, because they had to transfer me to the mother hospital, and he kept, all they wanted to do is give me an ultrasound, I mean a hysterectomy. I was like, I don't want a hysterectomy, I'm too young for a hysterectomy. So I was like, oh, go ahead and get rid of that. I'm like, get rid of that. I'm like to myself, you a man, you would not understand what that is. That's just like me saying cut off your balls and your penis and you get rid of that. You know, how would that make you feel? I didn't say that, but that's what I wanted to say. And so, and then the next doctor, well, no, the first doctor, he kind of gave me a lot of things that I could have done, like birth control, the depot shot, the IUD, the radiation, the myomectomy. So I probably go with the myomectomy. I'm trying to wait and see, because I have a doctor's appointment Monday to see how everything is going. But I know it's gonna probably be a minute because I just started, so I'm not looking for nothing, no shrinkage to be that severe. If it is, bless Jesus. Yeah, I mean, they was just adamant about me getting the hysterectomy. So when I went to the mother hospital, the doctor that be on call all the time there, I guess he have a room or something to probably live up there, I don't know, but they say he be there 24 hours, you know, he be there, he's on call all the time, so I guess he lives there. And he was just like, he said the same thing, just, you know, girl, just get rid of it. I'm like, really? And I wasn't really feeling good, and I was just like, no, I said, I'm not. And then when they found out my pressure shot up so fast, it's like I felt like I literally was about to die. They thought I was about to die. That was the scariest thing, but I thank God that he kept me. And then, you know, make sure you check your pressure and whatnot. I have a pressure thing that I check my pressure at home with right here, and it is silent. You don't know. I didn't have any headaches. I wasn't feeling dizzy, nausea, other than from, well, no, I wasn't feeling dizzy because I was finally feeling better, because they had to give me 2 more vials of blood. No, they gave me 3. They gave me 3 vials of blood, and I was feeling better. Even though I was still bleeding the blood right back out, I still was feeling better, and the breathing was better, my heart rate was better. And then I ate, I asked for an omelet. I ate the omelet, and all of a sudden, you know, no, I take it back. I ate the omelet, and I started walking around the room because I didn't want no blood clots to sit in. So, and I was in this room where they had me in a suite where you have the babies at. So the room was so big, and so I just walked around in the room. Then all of a sudden I felt kind of nauseated, and like, I don't know, like something just came over me. So I sat down on the bed, and the nurse came in to check your vitals. She said, she leaned over, she said, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she noticed a change within my face expression. So I was like, "Yeah, I'm okay." So then I had to lay back because it was just getting to the point where I feel like my body was sinking back. So I called my nurse. She was like, "Well, I think she was going to get something. I think the other thing of blood that she was about to give me, and then the IV that I had in my hand was just really hurting because they didn't, I don't know, but anyway." And so I told her, I said, "You know, when you told me, am I feeling nauseated and feeling kind of sick?" I said, "I'm feeling kind of sick, and like, I just don't know." I said, "I just don't feel right." So she hurried up and coming in. I like Miss Laura. Miss Laura was, so she's probably in her 20s, and she hurried up and came in there, and she was like, "Ooh, Miss Shannon, you okay?" So Then she go ahead and put me on the thing to check my pressure, and she was like, your pressure is up 200 something over 100 something. So everybody began to come in the room and whatnot, and I'm like feeling like I'm having a little chest pains and whatnot. So I'm scaring everybody. I'm even scared a little bit myself. Okay. So then they trying to figure out what to do, and I'm just like, Lord, not in here, not like this. I have a lot of things that I have to get right before I leave this earth. So then they was like, well, he was like, you know, that this may not be the right doses for her blood pressure. So they was like, well, then why don't we go ahead and start off with this thing to hurry up and drop her pressure while we waiting on him to decide what he's gonna do. So they went out and got, one of the nurses went out and got that, came back in, gave it to me, and they just waited and waited, and it was talking to me and everything, and I was talking to them and everything as much as I could. And then they took my pressure again. They was just, she just looked like it shot up some more. So I'm like, she said, how are you feeling? I said, well, I feel a little tightness in my chest. Okay. So then they was just talking to me and whatnot. I scared them and they scared me. So, and then after that, she took it again, and then she was like, oh. I was like, what, it's finally going down? She was like, yeah. And I said, Lord, thank you, Jesus, thank you. You know, because you're in those hospitals and you're by yourself. Nobody can be in there. Literally, no one could be in there. So my pressure finally got down, and then we discussed what could have, you know, what went on with me being dehydrated, anemic, plus on my cycle and all that kind of stuff like that, you know. So, and then she also said that I probably could have like a blockage in my heart. So I have to see a heart doctor as well. But I just think, and I appreciate God that I'm here today. Don't stop with what you're doing. Only thing I suggest that you stop doing is eating a lot of processed foods, a lot of fast foods, because as women, we bear a lot of the burden in our homes. Stress is number one that can cause you to bleed heavy. If you're stressed, if you're not getting the attention that you're looking from your partner, the hormones in your body can change quickly because the lack of intimacy, stress, the environment that we all going through. All these things can play in the factor of what's going on today. So just make sure you guys pay attention to one another. Make sure just you know, it don't have to be, you don't have to have sex all the time, but being intimate is the key, and that's what God made us for, to be intimate. It may not be sex all the time, like I said, just foreplay or whatever. Just, you know, to keep those hormones in check for him and for you. So I noticed that as well. There's just a lot of things that, you know, I'm doing, and I wish here where I am that they have a herbologist school besides me having to buy all these books. I wish there was a school that I can go to so I can learn more about how to put things together, besides having all these different books that I have to try to get a formula together. But I'm gonna come back Monday or maybe Friday, but by next time Friday, you know, this thing will be in my system, and I will know more for sure if this is what it is. And I promise you, because I don't want nobody to lose their pot, you know, I call it David JJ. I don't want, you know, because that's a part of you that God gave you to give to your husband. And sometimes if you don't dig, they won't share. But the last doctor that came in, he told me, he said, I tell you what, he said, it is depressing and stressful to think about having your uterus taken away from him. And I was like, come on now, come on, speak that, say that. Okay, and so he was like, yes. He said, I can understand that. He said, so there is a pill that I can give you. He said, but I want you to get your pressure under control. So it is under control. It's a 140/70, so thank God for that. But I wanted to go down further. And he said, or the other two options, the radiation thing where we go in and we laser the vessels off. I mean the veins that supply the oxygen to the fibroids, or it's a myomectomy. I said, okay. He said, so we're not going to worry about that right now. We just want you to feel better, and then we'll talk about that. So, you know, and that kind of uplifted me, you know, to know that there is something besides a hysterectomy. So, I hope this video was enlightening for you. I hope I just wasn't rambling on. I hope that you understand that I'm here for you. I know God put me through this to be a strength to you, to be able to uplift you, to say that you're not alone in this. But you have to stay away from those things that they crave: rice, breads, ice, fatty things. You almost have to, like, I've been eating on apples, raisins, fish. Now, don't get me wrong, my children have been bringing, because my husband, he's still going to work, and I hadn't been able to get out, so I would have like a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. I shouldn't have that, but I had something. I don't eat that all the time. You can have oatmeal with apples and raisins and goji berries in it, stuff like that. But mainly I try to consume fruits and vegetables. I mean, if that's what it takes to save your pot, then hey, all of them, you know, all the other stuff, what's more important? You being stressed out, or be able to, you know, enjoy your life. So, but until next time, hopefully Friday, I will come back to you, because I will know more about this, what I'm thinking. And when I do bring it to you, it's not to say that you're being nasty. Sometimes the symptoms are not there till you must notice it. But by Friday, if this is what it is, I will be able to bring you. I did a video on it one time before, but if this is what it is, then I'm gonna bring it to you guys. But until next time, like, share, comment, and you guys be blessed. Till next time.